All right, guys, before we get started on this mine, I want to show you just how large this waste rock pile is. I'm over here in the shadow so I can see my screen a little bit better, but take a look at the size of this pile. Isn't that crazy? So this main haulage at it, look at it, keeps going here. I'm going to slow down a little bit there. Okay, right there. That's pretty much the size of it. Let's pan off here to the right just a little bit. There. Look at the size of that thing. Now here's my best guess. Most of everything that you're seeing right there is all that was excavated from a main haulage at it. Okay. Now the darker material is a clue that maybe when we get in there, there could be some stopes, but I'm guessing right now, this could be my best guess, I could be totally wrong, but I'm guessing that all of this was excavated as a main haulage at it, but they never did any workings. Okay, let's see if my guess is right or wrong. Now, turning around here, let's show you this valley. Okay, that is right there is looking into the direction of travel of the haulage at it. Now let's flip around, and I'm going to show you the other side of the valley here. There we go, coming all the way around, doing a 180 right down there. Okay. Now, I want to show you real quick where I found that mill site. So I got this puppy in sport mode. Let's go down the valley real fast here. I'm going to see if I can't pinpoint it. There it is. See it out there in the distance? Right there. The other thing I like about this drone is it's got a 15-kilometer range. Just extraordinary. But you still need to have your line of sight. There's our mill. Right there, okay. Gotta switch modes here for a second. There we go. We don't want to be coming in on that too fast. There we go. Come on now. Let's get a look at that. Was it a mill or was it something completely different? Let's find out. I learned later that this was the remains of an 1870s lumber mill, one of many scattered throughout the area. That's an old one, isn't it? Okay. Let's look at it from like this. Yeah, that one's been around a while. Late 1800s, definitely real early 19s. But I'm going to shoot more for the 1890s. Yeah, that's going to be my best guess. I want to look down the hill here real quick and see if there's any fantail shaped tailing pile going down there, and I don't see anything. That's the interesting thing. See that? I don't see any like tails or anything going off the hill right there. All right, well, you got to see it. Okay, now I got to reorientate myself here. And let's put it back into sport mode. There we go. We should be able to fly our drone right up the valley super fast. Look at that thing move. Isn't that a sweet little drone? Unbelievable. Here's our mine. Right there. That's the road we came up on. Okay. coming up on our giant waste rock pile. All right, let's slow things down a little bit here. Coming in, I'm going to show you the portal real quick since we have the drone in the air. Days after exploring the Silver Fortune tunnel, I located the mine report, which contained some really interesting history about this project. The Silver Fortune tunnel was a far more ambitious project than I originally thought. And I'm going to share some of that history with you as we work our way all the way to the very end. There it is. There's our portal. Okay, let's gear up and go inside this thing and see what it has to offer. And we'll see if my guess was right. See you in there. All right, guys, all geared up and ready to go. Let's explore this old mine. Okay. And what I think it's going to be is this old haulage at it. Now, just because we saw that old late 1800s mill site doesn't mean that this is from the period. We're going to try to find clues in here to see if it is. See, like, let's look at this pipe. No. See, it's got welded seams on it. Yeah, I think we're in the 40s and 50s on this one. We sure are. I mean, look down here on the floor. There's a compressor air line with a threaded pipe coupler. Yeah, this is 40s, 50s. I think people know about this one because we got plenty of footprints on the ground here. Okay. Let's see here. Probably, what do we got here? Something going off that way? No. But remember the dark rock we saw in the waste rock pile? Well, there it is. Yeah, it's a type of shale. Okay, as we go in further, it's getting cooler now. Yeah, and we definitely have, see the shale upper left-hand side poking through. Now, I've got no idea what kind of mine this is, guys, at all. I wasn't planning on driving this far down the valley today. So this is just kind of up in the air. We'll look for some clues and see what we can see. It's getting damper, that's for sure. Yeah, the humidity level is going up with every step forward. Let's peer the light up in there. Okay. We've got cross ties down on the floor, and it looks like at one time they had minimum, well, let's look here. Yeah, 24 gauge rail. All right, stop here for a second. We had something, yeah, they did a little exploratory right here. Almost looks like they found themselves a limonite pocket they wanted to go into and see if it was yielding any results. And then we've got a whole bunch of stringer quartz veins right there. And higher up, we got a hanging bat in that little hole right there. Okay, I'm going to keep that forward light on because the space is so large and so dark in front of us. try to keep it from bouncing around so much. Okay. We've got a timbered section here. Yeah, they must have thought that that was a little weak going through that section. And another timbered section right here. Yeah, look at the big crack above our heads here. That's why they put it in place. See that? We've got a big fault, unstable area. Okay, looking off to the left, somebody wrote, "We made it!" Maybe we should name this one the "We Made It" mine. All right, guys, I tell you what, this is gonna get pretty boring. So I tell you what, I'm gonna speed things up. Hold the camera as still as I can. Keep that forward light from bouncing around. Let's speed things up until we get to something interesting to look at. Here we go.
Excavated in the 1870s and mapped in 1947, the Silver Fortune Tunnel was the most ambitious project in the area, with the depth of the tunnel being nearly 1,400 feet below the surface of the hill.
All right, let's stop here for a second. Yeah, it just keeps on going. We've probably walked, or 400, 500 in so far. Feet, that is. And we've got a layer of this shale coming down. That's interesting. Dipping down off to the left. And I'm starting to see more groundwater coming in, like right here. Here's an area where groundwater is coming in, and as a matter of fact, it's leaving stalactites hanging off the back up there. Little guys, but they're there. Okay. So what's your best guess? How far does this mine go? 1,000? 2,000? We're gonna find out, aren't we? Let's keep going.
With the hopes of finding much larger ore bodies of silver at much greater depths, the sole purpose of this haulage at it was to intersect the large subsurfaced lensed ore bodies that I showed you in last week's episode 141, Part 1.
Okay, let's slow down here for a second as the laser turns on all by itself again like it always does. And we're coming into some kind of a crossroads here. Let's look off to the right. Oh, fixed my flashlight here. There we go. All right, somebody wrote on there, "No good." Right there, no good. Well, that's no good. Let's peek up in here real quick. Well, we do have an ore chute and an adit going that way, don't we? Look at that. And off to my left, it goes that way too. All right, well, I admit that I was wrong. So it looks like, since there's an ore chute in place, there is some workings above our head. And we've got an adit going that way, a little bit of water down there on the floor. And it's real echoey. That's cool. Okay, well, we'll come back to this crossroads after a bit. Right now, what I'm going to do is, I'll tell you what, yeah, we're just going to have to take the battery out again. We sure are. Like so. Off to my left here, down on the floor, there's some old, really moldy square set timbers. See the square set on the end of that? Look at all the mold that's covered. It's covering those timbers. And you can smell it too. Whew. Oh, this mine is dark. Dark, dark, dark. Yeah, oh, I don't like that. I like it more like that. That's better. Okay, let's keep going. We'll come back to those drifts on the way back. We'll explore them.
As the miners drove further and further underneath the hill, they began to encounter intensely fractured rock, with bedding planes completely obliterated.
Okay, let's stop here for a second. Off to my left, we had a little thing going that way. Now, I want to show you guys something real quick. I'm going to continue turning around. You see that little pinhole off in the distance? What's your best guess? How far are we in here? 1,500 now? 1,800? Yeah, we are way up in here. And it just keeps going. Maybe this will turn out to be a tunnel. I doubt it, because if it was a tunnel, we would have so much air either blowing in our face or coming from our back. And there's no air. It's just stale in here. Nothing moving at all. I'm looking on the ribs to see if we can find maybe where somebody spray painted the distance, or some kind of indication of how deep this thing is. Oh, the one thing I did notice, somebody was brave enough to drive their motorcycle in here. Down on the floor, there's motorcycle tracks. Yeah. We got to be coming in on 2,000 feet now. Yep. We got a little piss ditch on the left-hand side. That's what the miners called it back in the day. Helps keep the mine dry. Makes for a good place to do a number one. Alrighty, well, back in fast forward mode, guys, until we find something interesting. Here we go. And stop. Oh, we didn't have to fast forward too long, did we? All right, what do we got here? What's this? That's some interesting looking material. Almost looks like silver ore right there. Yeah. But I think it's just more of that shale. Okay. All right, what do we have? Looks like we're coming to the end. What's up here? Plastic and some kind of a canister. Oh, that's a propane canister. And aha, I see why. Look at here, guys. I'm going to step out on these ties. So this is fault gouge, and it has caused the mine to fail. You see all that slime? It's all mud. And it came down here in slow motion over the years through an area of fault gouge. You heard me talking about that quite a bit. Fault gouge is the most dangerous areas of abandoned mines. Yep. But that's it. It may have went further at one time, but they got into it and it failed right there. All right, turning around. Again, someone wrote, no good on the wall. Turning around. Let's get over past the mud. And once again, we're looking back on the portal way off in the distance. I'm gonna say 2,000 feet. Yep, 2,000, right in that area. Okay, let's work our way back to those drifts that we missed and see what them are all about.
Reading directly from the mine report, it is now caved at 3,000 feet from the portal at a fault intersection. But if it were not for the water impounded behind the caved-in area, it would still be accessible with only 2 or 3 days' work.
And here we are, back at the crossroads again. You guys ever been strolling through an abandoned mine and get a song stuck in your head that you can't quite get out? This whole entire time I've had strolling through the mine one day in the merry, merry month of May. Okay, what do we got here? Although it ain't May, it's June. Okay, let's go, let's do the right one first, where this ore chute is. And we've got a pipe going that way. What do we have here? Ooh, really old rotten ladders. Yee. Look, I had power going up there once. Yeah. Okay, what the heck we got up here, huh? Uh-huh. Let's look. Really nasty. Busted ladders into arrays going up and doing something. Yeah. No. I never met a ladder I didn't like, but I don't like that one. No. All right, let's go off this way. What do we have up here? Okay. Off to my left. Nothing really. Turning to my right, looking up. Do I got any geology? What's this, another raise? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of water coming down it too. Whew. Okay, turning around. All right, let's get up in here and see how far it goes, huh? Where's this one gonna go? Well, that's interesting. Look down here. I saw that for a second and I was like, oh boy, we got a false floor under us? No, looks like just a place where the water was working its way down. You guys, I don't know if you notice when I'm in these places, when I put it in selfie mode like this right now, you're always seeing my eyeballs going like this, you know? Well, that's because I'm looking at everything. Ooh. Yeah, like that right there. I don't like that. I'm gonna slick and slide off to the left-hand side, but that's as far as they went. All right, let's turn around. I don't like this area. I'll show it to you. Right there, that's probably a bit bright. Yeah. So you got a hard surface on the right-hand side, which would be the footwall, and then you have soft material riding up against it, and where the two meet, if you get enough groundwater between the two, the groundwater acts as a lubricant, and then the whole thing just comes down in one big floof. Yep. Okay. Let's see, we're headed back this way. Did we have something go off to the right here? We did. No, we didn't. It just stopped right there. Yeah, I thought there was... It's a little bit further up, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, here we are back at the crossroads, and now turning right. That's up here. That's it. As far as it goes. Yeah. Oh, they had an ore chute here at one time before it all rotted. Let's look up there. Up, 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 up. Yeah, we got some kind of workings above us. We sure do. You'd have to go up that old nasty ladder to get there. And that is the end over there. No sense in going any further. Okay, we got one more drift. Right over here. And I thought I saw a couple sticks of dynamite there for a second, but it was just a tamping dowel. Okay, oh, around the bend we go. All right, what do we got hiding up in this one? It's a bit muddy. Goes, what does it go around the corner? Yeah, it sure does. Sharp right-hand turn. Lots of flowstone, mineralized flowstone off to the left-hand side. That's kind of neat. Okay. All right, that's the end of that one. Old dynamite boxes down on the left, all rotten. Ain't gonna be able to see labels on that. All right, turn it around. Well, it would seem as though we've had 2 mines in a row last weekend and this weekend that are wet. I really liked the waterfall mine. It was incredibly dangerous, but that was cool. I mean, it's not every day you find that much water coming down the ladders and past an ore chute. I really enjoyed it. That was neat. Yeah, and yeah, there was a couple of areas in that mine I could have crawled up into, but boy, that thing was just really unstable. I think we more or less got the overall big picture of that one. We don't need to go back there. Yeah. All right, guys, fast forward. Let's speed things up to the portal. Here we go.
According to the mine report, the engineer in charge of this operation said he considered the driving of the tunnel east of the hill was the greatest failure of his career.
And there we are. We made it. Yeah. Out here where the fresh air lives. Whew. Yeah, kind of moldy and mildewy in there. Sure was. Oh, goodness. Let's just go over here a second. Over here by good old Bob. Put that camera right like that. There we go. Yeah. I kind of feel like I just got done walking nearly 2 miles. Maybe I did. Well, guys, that was a lot of fun. We got to see some neat things today. Of course, we're still in the process of reconning this area. So out of the 17 named mines, 18 somewhere in that area that I was talking about, 5 of them were sealed shut. 1 of them was open, and there's still a whole lot more. So I need to come back to this area, keep running around on the roads, and see what we can find. It would be pretty darn cool to get into one of those from the late 1800s, if indeed that's what the time period is here, taking into consideration the age of the mill sites and those stone buildings that we saw. That just might be the case. All right, guys, I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. And thanks again for coming along on another fun adventure. All right, I'll see you again next weekend. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.